What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm finally coming at you with a Grixis Reanimator deck. I've been meaning to do this for so long, and every time I start building it, I get lost. I'm like, how many targets do I need for my reanimation spells? How many reanimation spells do I need? And then how much space does that leave for, removal and ramp and everything else that we need? So I reached out to some friends. So the chemist, if you're watching this, shot brew, got sent a sort of starter deck, and then I've been fiddling and tinkering and expanding a bit on that. So without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. Grixis Reanimator, at long last. It runs and feels in a way quite similar to the Naya Reanimator deck with Invoke Justice and, Velomachus. But this time we're using Olivia instead of Velomachus. It's the only haste. It's the hasty threat that feels like Velomachus, although it's completely different. But really strong in its own way. So we've basically just got a ridiculous amount of ways of riffling through our deck. It starts off with Tainted Indulgence, which draws 2 cards, then discard a card. In the early game, it'll only ever just draw you 2 cards if you have 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard. So then in the late game, when that might be the case, then this just becomes amazing card draw. But in the early game, when you want it to be discarding things, it's also fantastic. So just, amazing card. Of course, we needed a sweeper, so Meathook Massacre, we're playing black. That makes sense. Fable the Mirror Breaker, talking about ways of rippling through your deck. Not only does, okay, so this line is ridiculous. Turn 3, you play a Fable. Say in your opening hand, these are the best opening hands. You've got a Fable, an Olivia, and a Titan of Industry, for example. Play your Fable on turn 3. Make a little goblin. Turn 4, you discard 2 cards. So you discard your Olivia and your Elder Titan. Play your land. And attack with your little goblin. You will now have 5 mana. You can potentially reanimate. Okay, in this case it wouldn't work. So this is still a great line, but it can't happen on turn 4 because you need to attack with the goblin first. So I would probably rather in that point reanimate something like an All-Seeing Arbiter or a Toxrill or whatever else. But on turn 5, if you can't go that turn 3 play, then you big score on turn 4. And for sure on turn 5 you'll be able to cast one of your 6 reanimation spells. And you bring back Olivia, she attacks. When she attacks, she reanimates something that's tapped and attacking. You bring back the Titan. The Titan makes a 4/4 Rhino, and it's, a 7/7 Trampler that's attacking. It feels very much like that Velomachus line when you swing with the Velomachus and cast Amiria's Call and get the 2 4/4s. It's just so much power on the battlefield off of one, card being cast, essentially. It feels amazing. And that's, one of the main win cons that we're going for. But it is by all means not the only one. But, of course, I kind of went a little tangent there, but we were talking about Fable the Mirror Breaker. The final chapter, when it becomes Kiki-Jiki, is obviously, of course, great because we do have 2 non-legendary cards that are amazing to copy with it. Both the All-Seeing Arbiter. How did this one go below my radar? We're going to have to do some brewing around this card because... yeah, this is a good one. I'll read it when we get there. But we've also got the Titan of Industry, which isn't legendary. So 2 amazing targets for the reflection of Kiki-Jiki. Then, again, talking about ways of rifling through our deck, we've got full playset of Maestros Charm. This card is amazing in this deck. That's why I had to go over the 4 of. It's fits every mode is great. The first one you use most often. When you run out of reanimation targets, just look at the top 5 cards of your library, boom. You say you hit a Titan and a Graveyard Shift. Who cares what the rest is? You just grab the Graveyard Shift, put the rest into your graveyard. The following turn, because Maestros Charm's instant speed, you're doing this at the opponent's end step. You untap with the 5 mana, reanimate thing of choice. Amazing. Second mode has won me games. You can either just have a couple of Maestros Charms in your hand and 6 mana, just gain 6 life, drain the opponent for 6, or have Jin-Gitaxias in play that copies your instants and sorceries. Cast a Maestros Charm, get double triggers, gain 6 life, drain the opponent for 6, often winning the game outright. Amazing, amazing, amazing card. And then the final mode, 5 damage, target creature or planeswalker, deals with the majority of the threats that you'll have to face. So, just all-rounder, gone with the 4 of. And again, talking about ways of rifling through your deck, and we're not even done after this one. We've got Big Score, of course, and it can, like I said, on turn 4, you just Big Score, discard some big reanimation target, and then turn 5, you'll for sure have the mana and the targets for your Graveyard Shift or Edgar's Awakening. Then we've got our reanimation spells. There's 6 of them. The new one from Streets of New Capenna is amazing. It gets Flash if you have 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard. So there's 2 cards that care about that in the deck, Tainted Indulgence and Graveyard Shift. Amazing. You can flash in a Titan as a combat trick during the opponent's attack phase or something. I've done it. It's amazing. Just that instant speed reanimation is really, really good. So this new one from Streets of New Capenna, just by far, in my opinion, okay, another cherry on top about this brew is it's rotation proof, 100%. There's not a single card in here that won't be around after rotation. Which means we're not running the 4 mana Foretell, the one that can be cast for 4 mana that has Foretell with the elf in the little coffin. You know the one I mean. That spell is out of here, so then you're left with pretty much just these 2 choices. There's one other one from Kamigawa, but it has to do with vehicles and things, and it's just no good in this deck. So yeah, 6 in total I think is the sweet spot. Then we've got All-Seeing Arbiter as the final way of rifling through our deck. This is an incredible card. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, you draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Whenever you discard a card, target creature an opponent controls gets -X/-0 until your next turn, where X is the number of different mana values among cards in your graveyard. So you can nerf down a bunch of creatures, and oftentimes, not only are you doing it when it ETBs or attacks, but we've got plenty of discarding going on. We've got Big Score, we've got Chapter 2 of the Fable, we've got Tainted Indulgence, we've got, is this discard? No. But you know what I mean. There's plenty of discard going on, and oftentimes we can do that discarding during the opponent's turn with some instant speed stuff. So we can do we're hitting 2 creatures a turn with this effect, and creature decks just get completely nullified, and then you've just got this 5/4 flyer. Really, really nice. Really, really nice. Then of course Olivia. Most importantly, something that's really important about Olivia, which is probably why, I don't know, the original list I got sent was not running any, but I just think it's too fun not to, is if they kill your Olivia, whatever she brought back is now exiled, and that means it can no longer be brought back with a reanimation spell, etc., etc. Which is tempting me to bring up the Lord Xanders to a 2 of, because it says, if you don't control a legendary vampire. Lord Xander is also a legendary vampire. And so as long as you've got 2 of them around, that you can get around that quite nicely, and it could win you the game. So I'm trying to find a way to squeeze in a second copy of Lord Xander, and I just don't know if I could bring myself to cut a Jin-Gitaxias or a Toxrill. It's been tough. I honestly don't know. Let me know what you think. How can we squeeze in an extra copy of Lord Xander? But that's it for now. We've got Toxrill, which is obviously great. Super chunky boy. Slowly but surely wipes out the opponent's whole battlefield if it can stick around. Jin-Gitaxias, doubling our stuff, countering the opponent's stuff. Lord Xander, mills, discard, everything. I mean, just all around. That's the deck. Because it is rotation proof, we've got no pathways, so I'm trying out these two new lands from Nipipena. Eventually in the late game you can pay 4 and draw a card. 2 Field of Ruins, 1 Otawara, 1 Takenuma, 1 Sokenzan. 4 Xander's Lounges. And the rest are just a hodgepodge collection of duels and basics. That's the deck. Let's jump into some games. Definitely going straight for some ranked. I've been practicing. I feel pretty good with this one. Eriki. Nice. Now we just need a blue source of any kind. Pretty please. Pretty please. That'll do. Okay, humans, ramp, stuff, vent. I feel like we should get rid of that Catilda. I just don't know which is the best way of doing it. Become a 3/3 next turn. And I can't play the Fable because I don't want to Meathook Massacre my own Fable. May have Snakeskin Veil. Can tap herself for mana. Okay. Tell. Nice. I like it for dead. There could be sweepers in this deck, so I am going to put a shield counter and I'm going to destroy your broker's ascendancy. Love it when they struggle so hard to get rid of it and then you just bring it back again. One mana away from Jin-Gitaxias. He could hit me now. No, he couldn't. I was worried about Wandering Emperor, but he doesn't have the second white source. Fairly certain this deck's running Wandering Emperor. Exile is not good, of course. Even worse. Wow. Can you believe that? What are the chances? Mind blowing. Oh, that Doomscar you got there ain't going nowhere. You need 2 spells now. Fateful Absence and a Doomscar. 6/6. That's a 6/6. The perfect top deck. It just nerfs his reach guy. You would have gotten -3, and I think I would have, yeah, -3 becomes a 3/3. I can swing. Nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. And then next turn we get to copying it with the Fable. Game 1, baby. I'm still kind of like learning all of the things that this deck can do. I'm like, I played like maybe 15 games or something. I'm still like, okay, wow. And that's the best. Those are the best experiences for me. Still think a second Xander would be nice. Could trim maybe one of the rifling through cards, like maybe one of the Tainted Indulgence. As soon as I got good internet again, I'm going to be doing this type of thing, but more live. Oh my god, what a terrible, terrible mulligan. Black, blue. Yeah, he's ramping. Is it just green? Oh, green and black, huh? There's our reanimation spell. And we're 1 mana away. 2 mana, but... oh, fuck. Alright, 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 alright. We either need to top deck a land or for him not to kill the goblin somehow. Let's not forget, this is Jund. Yeah, I'll take it. That's freaking amazing. Amazing. Keeper of the sword. Defender of the realm. Pretty sweet card. Never really played with it. I guess you get to copy your lands. Are these tokens? No. Doesn't say fractal creature token. It's a full-on creature, so you can't copy the lands. Okay, now we're bringing back a Titan. Hello. No available mana. Nothing you can do. So we're going for there is lots of mana here, we just mustn't forget, and there's black. Six mana available. You see a Tora already, honestly. Start flinging kitties at me. Okay, more ramp. Double swampage. Wow. Meathook Massacre right now would just be so sweet. Oof. That sucked. One, two, three, four. He's probably got his own Meathook Massacre. All that. Yeah, we need to be able to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play this Toxrill. So bad. Ooh. That should level the playing field. Hoping he doesn't have removal for the Toxrill. We should be pretty sweet. Of course he does. Yes, dang it. You gonna go full send? Risking it all on hitting a reanimation spell. Oh my lordy lord. Epic fail. We just lost again. It's just that playing the Lord Xander wouldn't have been the thing. Maybe the Architect would have been the thing to reduce the Titan's strength. So now if we block, we just die anyway. That's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. That was a bit of a misplay. I think I should have played the Arbiter instead. Note to self. But we live and we learn. BrewLab motto number 1. Roll with the punches. Learn from your mistakes. Move on to the next match. Oh. Shake it off. Shake it off. Unknown. Cabarettis. Looks like wolves. Wow, landlord. Okay, I'll just pack some up and needs to be dead with like, yes, baby, that is just the best thing ever. That is just chef's kiss. Get stuffed. Whew. Meathook Massacre saving the day once again. Let's just top up a nice reanimation spell. Please come again. Probably cycle this now. Sure. Come on, reanimation spell, please. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna try and snag him. I'm just debating whether it's the Toxrill or the Titan. My only issue here is that big 6-drop wolf guy. Okay. Pretty nice. Oh wow. That's about as GG gets. Please don't scoop yet. Let me do my turn. Ah. Sorry, Gruel Werewolves is just not strong enough for this type of brew. They don't have the removal. How are we doing for time? Perfect. Only a couple matches left. So far, so good. Feels good. Feels strong. Trying to think of ways to make it better. Land, please. Land, please. 25 lands, this happens to me. No such luck. Next. I know when it's one of those. I'm not going to have you guys sit through that. Might as well just skip to the next one. I want to show off, you know, the whole point for me, rather than like, ooh, my skill in Mythic, so that I get like, you know, feel good about people saying how good I am at playing. It's more about showing you guys the full potential of the brew, so that you can decide whether it's something that you'd like to play or not. Nightmare booster. Boros, huh? Okay. We just got Fable. I think. Yeah, Fable it is. Nice. Card draw engine. Online. That's fantastic. I was gonna Meathook Massacre, but then that made me change my mind. Please deploy more little stupid creatures with low power and toughness. Valorous Stance is a problem. Brutal Cathar might be a problem, but then, you know, we just Meathook Massacre. Trying to think what else. Fateful Absence, of course, but then we just Edgar's Awakening again. Okay. Turns out it's Naya. Drink. You got another one of those for 6 mana? This is ridiculous. Wow. I was worried about Wandering Emperor there for a second, but it does appear as though. Get to draw a card with a slug. I see more creatures, I'm happy. It means there's no Doomscar. Wow. The maddest floodage. Holy cannolis. Wowza. Mental. Where are all our creatures? Nice. I think we're quite lucky we dodged Wandering Emperor there. Could have gone a lot worse. Alright, I think we've arrived at the final match of the night. Let's try and end this one on a win. Oh, I'm ready. Let's go. The things I would do for a massage right now. Air-conditioned room. No noise, just like water sounds from a little fountain or something. Everything's white. Fresh sheets. Baby, I can just picture it right now. Alright, playing a guy that's in the numbers. Or looks like a girl. Nicoletta. Fable, Titan, sure. I'll keep it. Bit slow, but the deck is a bit slow. We've got 10 reanimation targets in the deck. I think I can't have more than that. Red, blue, black. You can also cast Maestros Charm. keep him thinking we're Rakdos for now. I hope we draw a Meathook. That's what I'm about to say. We're about to get douchebagged. Lucky I went for the second black source there. We need to do this. And he's probably just gonna hit us with a this feels like the Boros Nutdoor. Here comes Thundering Raiju kind of thing. Okay. It's probably worse. That's definitely worse. It's the Fable. Bringing back a Titan next turn. So you may have wanted to keep that Cathar. A one-off battle starts. God, it's insane. We've got another Reanimator though. I'm gonna do it twice. Bit of pressure. Feels nice. I was wondering whether he'd let the Brutal Cathar flip. The fact that he's bricking a bit just makes me feel so good. Pity we can't get to copying Titans. Not enough. We're getting to the point where I may be able to just use the Maestros Charm. Okay, we're gonna use it now for this purpose. I don't know if that was the call, but let's see how it goes. Ooh. Alright guys, that's amazing. Ending on a freaking beat on Stinky Boros, making me feel very, very nice about the deck. Overall. May consider putting in another copy of Meathook Massacre. There's still some flex spots I'm not fairly certain about, but still, overall performance tonight went really well. Unfortunate concede there when we bricked out on the one game. We were on like 2 mana on turn 5. It's just like, okay, bye-bye. But otherwise, really, really nice. Jumping back into the deck with my final thoughts. I really like this archetype, and I think it's going to get stronger. The deck, you know, is humming along, and Fable, I mean, there's just so many good ways of churning and ramping. The reanimation spells have just got really good. This one having flash is just phenomenal, as you saw in that one game, was really to our benefit against the werewolf opponent. I guess the question here is just, the reanimation targets. You could have anything in here, because it's not dependent upon being cast. Although you can sometimes cast a lot of the stuff because of the treasures from Big Score and the little goblin here. Finding a way to squeeze in a second Xander, because we didn't see him enough. I would like to have at least tried to attack once with him. We got to see him on the battlefield once, but to no great effect. Yeah, still some stuff to decide. But overall, really, really good performance tonight. I'm happy with it. I'm going to leave it at that. So thank you all so much for watching, as always. Especially those of you who stick around to the end. You are my favorite people in the whole wide world. Of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. There's a Discord community that I would love for you all to become a part of, so check out the link in the description. And don't forget as well, there's a giveaway coming at 700 subs. We're so close. So share the video around, help us get to 700. We're almost there. And I will see you all tomorrow with some fresh brews. We're going to continue on some rotation proof stuff. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.